Hello from Climate Camp TV, and I'm chatting here with JJ. I saw the most extraordinary direct action workshop this morning with loads of people participating, and it looked absolutely brilliant. And JJ is one of the people organising it. Can you tell us what was going on?
Basically, every day we're doing a direct action game, a maths game, really to show that direct action training can be pleasurable, it can be fun. In fact, direct action itself should be fun and pleasurable, otherwise why is there any point in doing it, really? So the tactic that we looked at today is a tactic that really was developed in Germany over the last decade or so, and it's called the five-finger tactic. And it's a way of getting through police lines in a non-violent fashion and moving large crowds of people through space, where you've both got the kind of sense of the mass, the sense of all being together, but you've also using the affinity groups, so you're using little groups to do that. And the reason it's called five fingers is basically you get into long columns, and you get into 5 long columns. And where it was most successfully used was in Heiligendamm during the G8 protests in 2007, where you had thousands of people in these columns snaking through these fields in these 5 fingers. And the idea is that you have these 5 columns snaking through, and when you get to a police line, the police line expects you to kind of just hit it at one point. But actually what it does is that the column itself spreads out and actually distributes the point of contact with the police line. And what you do is when you hit the police line, you imagine you're like water. You imagine you're flowing like water, and you do what is a kind of like a pirouette or a kind of slippery toad kind of twisty kind of movement. And you actually turn your back into the police line and go through. And what happens is, because you're all spread out, the police hate it when if one person gets through, they really hate it. And the likelihood of one person getting through is very high if you're all spread out and you're constantly kind of pirouetting through into the line. And then if one person gets out, people get behind the line, then the police have to retreat their line because they hate a few people behind. So it's a really fun and effective technique of actually trying to pass through a police line. It's not particularly good for urban situations. It's much better for open space and fields and so on. So for the Great Climate Swoop, it will be a perfect tactic. So everyone look out for 5-finger trainings, which are going to be happening leading up to.
Can you just explain the Great Climate Swoop?
the Climate Swoop. The Great Climate Swoop is on the October the 17th and 18th. And it's going to be shutting down Radcliffe on Shore Power Station, which is in Nottinghamshire. And there'll be 5-finger techniques, there'll be lots of different blockades, so you can go on it if you're up for 5-finger techniques, but even if you just want to make cake and bring it to blockaders, then that's just as important an act of direct action to do.
Okay, campers, your climate needs you. Go home and practice your 5-finger technique.